Well, it has quickly become one of the largest employers in Middle Tennessee, but this morning workers at Amazon.com are now suing the company. And here to explain is our legal eagle, Jim Higgins from the Higgins firm. Jim, this lawsuit against Amazon, what is it about?
Well, it's going to be a collective action lawsuit or a class action lawsuit, and they are alleging that they have to go through security checks when they come to work and when they leave work.
Okay.
And that they don't get to clock in until after that's completed. And so these employees are suing for that time. They're alleging it's about 10 or 15 minutes, which can sound small, but when you multiply that over hundreds of employees or thousands, and you do that every day, 365 days a year, it's a lot of money. You know,
Right.
and these people, a lot of them have a fairly modest wage, and every bit helps.
Yeah, 10 minutes a day is 50 minutes a week, and that quickly adds up. Absolutely.
That's right.
You know, a lot of companies are implementing tighter security. Are other companies facing lawsuits like this one?
You know, Apple's going through a similar lawsuit right now. They have employees do bag checks, and here's what the courts are going to do. There was an amendment to the Fair Labor Standard Act. We do a lot of these cases, and I've had several of them. And if it is an integral part of the job, it's got to be paid for. If it's just a preliminary or post-preliminary and it's a small part of it, like maybe putting on your shirt for work, then it's not going to be covered. So the first thing this court's going to do is do they have to do this? There's been other security cases where people had to go through airport security, and the court said, nah, everybody's got to go through it. It's not just for employees. But where it's just for employees, there's a good chance that this time should be covered. Then the next stage, the court will say, all right, is it really enough time? They have a defense that's called de minimis, and if the court says, you know what, that's such little time, we're not going to mess with it, then they'll lose the case. But if the court says, hey, 10 minutes or more, that adds up, and they'll win. So actually, you'll have a lot of experts come in and they'll recreate and they'll time this process and see how long is it really taking these people.
All right. Well, if you're an employee and you feel like you might have been cheated out of your wages, you might want to call Jim over at the Higgins firm. The number 3530930, or you can always email him, Jim@higginsfirm.com. Jim Higgins, our legal eagle. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, John.